Hello, this is Julie Silver Stitches here on YouTube and on Instagram. Wow! This is a planning video for 2025 for a cross-stitch planning video. I plan on mainly focusing really on full coverage with a little bit hinting here and there on my paper patterns that are not full coverage. Here and there. Don't know how I'm going to do that part yet, the paper patterns, but definitely I have the full coverage situation worked out. So the first thing is I have created a WhipGo board. Here it is. Have it right here now. This is my 4th time filming this, so let's see if I can get it right. I have put on 10 projects that I want to focus on this year. Part of it, though, for these 10 projects is in one of Leanne's videos she is Small Town Stitches. One of her videos, mid-October to mid-November, was an idea, Stitch My Way to You, Sal. So the idea, the premise is take however many of your projects you're willing to focus on, throw it out there into Instagram world and say, where would you like me to stitch this piece to? Does that make sense? So random stitchy people would say, hey, I like this project. Can you stitch? And this is where I live. The general area, not the address, but the general city, the general country, you know. So I took 10 of my full coverage projects that I really want to focus on, that I thought I really wanted to focus on, but still, yes, still want to focus on. Threw it on a WhipGo board. And the WhipGo board, of course, is 25 spaces. 24 because I decided to leave the free space as a free space. But threw up all those, I only maybe took 5 of those projects, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, no, they're all there. Okay, sorry, they're all there. So all 10 projects. Threw them up on the board, and so project number 1, do you want to go through them all? Project number 1 is Minnie Watching the World Go by Lucy Pittaway of Heaven and Earth Design. Project number 2, because I'm just reading them off of I'm just going across. Project number 2 is Pokemon Starters. Wow. Pokemon Starters, Cross and Floss. Project number 3 that I'm going to need to restart because I don't have enough fabric for it, but that's okay, is Mini Butterfly Rose Cross by Bridget Ashwood, also retired off of, or you can't get it anymore, off of Heaven and Earth. The next one is Mini Beginner Seashell. I always mix up her name. Kayomi Harai? Yeah, I think so. Heaven and Earth. Then the next one is Christmas Gnomes by Box and Fox. Mini Sunset Owl. So that's 6 by Artisy. 7 is Mini Snow Leopard by Artisy. 8 is... okay, I found them all. Okay, sorry. 8 is Sad Fairy by Elena Lazareva. 9 is Mini Dragon in the Morning by Randall Spangler. And the last one, number 10, is what I am calling The Lantern by Artisy, but the real design is Cat on Bookshelf. I am 100% regretting the fact I didn't wait for fabric, because I'm looking at that cat and I'm thinking, I need that cat. Anyway, so project 20 and 11 were called for this month, for January. 20 is The Lantern, and 11 is Pokemon starters. In order for me to get my required stitches into The Lantern, I need to stitch 3,000 and something total. Is that right? 6,000. Sorry, 6,000 and something total. I need to get all the way to Belgium. So, right now, so this month, I'm going to try and focus on 3,000 of those stitches so that it'll be kind of half and half, broken up into two because I have it on the board twice. So that's 100 stitches a day. And then Pokemon starters, not going as far, only going over to going over to Edmonton, sorry. And that is going to be 4,000 kilometers or something, which is absolutely crazy. So thinking about 2,000 kilometers, so 2,000 stitches over the 2 weeks. We'll see how that goes. So, or maybe we'll just break it up over the month and stitch on both of those projects every day until we get to the required stitches. Anyways, that's one idea. So that's whip go and stitch my way to USAL done. Okay. I've realized since recording this for 3 times now, or 4 times now, I do have repeats in different areas. I'm cool with that now. I didn't think I was, but the more stitches and games, the better, right? So, the next thing that is for the digital world is Glamorous 3. Glamorous 3 is inspiration by Siski Stitches, and she comes up with all of these games. So, for January, for 2025, she came up with many games, but Glamorous 3 is one of them. So she has chosen 3 projects of her own to focus on, of course. So she spins a wheel, project 1, project 2, project 3, or whip 1, whip 2, whip 3, and you need to stitch 100 stitches on that per day. Cool, right? So random all the time. So whip number 1 is White Mandala 3. This is by Magnolia Handcraft. The second one, oh, by the way, I have to switch that back to temperatures. Okay, second one is Little Dove's Year by Little Dove Designs. And currently, right now, I'm working on December. I am trying to, who knows when, but I'm trying to finish that before too long so that I can start January, right? But that's not going to happen within the next 24 hours, so it'll get carried over to January. It is December 30th. It is December 30th. I can't even do it. It is December 30th. Holy bananas. If I hadn't said that yet. 2024. So here we go. Number 3 is not a digital project, but I did take a picture of it on my phone, so technically kind of is, because, you know, I'm using my phone. This is Fancy Teapots. It's by the Reader's Digest Big Book of Cross-Stitch Designs. Almost done. I am almost done my 8th out of 9 teapots, so that's going to be a finish before too long. I'm going to carry on those until I'm bored of working on them or they're finished, so I'll switch it out for something else. The next thing, though, I need to save that image to my phone. I mean, to the tablet. But the next thing that I'd like to share with you on what my plan is temperature stitching. So this is the brainchild, the first time it came up. First idea was from Siski Stitches again. She called it Temperature Treasures, which is great. She had a range of, I don't know, a lot of designs. So because she was trying to make one work in progress for every degree that she had wherever she lives, right? So, okay, that's cool, but you're not getting progress on said items, right? Like you're not seeing the progress in all the projects because maybe you'll work on that project once in a season almost, right? So what Jen from the caffeinated crafter, I really can't see her name. Anyway, decided was instead of the scale of 40 or 60 degrees, which is crazy, right? It's crazy that we live in those kind of worlds. But side note, she thought that taking 10 projects, 0 through 9, right, would be better because you take the last digit of whatever the temperature is, either the projected forecast or the day before or the day of, whenever you're stitching it, right? You're just trying to put stitches into projects. That is the main goal of this whole thing. So, okay, cool. So we have 10 projects now, and we're stitching on them whenever the temperature ends in whatever date, whatever it gets called, right? Okay, cool. So now I'm going to incorporate something that Sarah, Stitchin' Mummy, does. First of all, I'm only going to stitch on these things for 30 minutes a day. Straight 30 minutes, not stitch, pause. I'm going to go from like whatever time to whatever time. If I'm putting a timer on, when the timer goes off, that's it for the day. That's it for the day. So maybe I'll get 50 stitches in, maybe I'll get 100 stitches in, depending on the project, right? The way that I decided to choose the project, also inspired by Sarah, was to take all my digital patterns, go through all my digital patterns. I did not do the digital patterns on my tablet though, but I don't think they're going to be, they could have been counted, but not this round at least. Okay, so future. Okay, so I took the 10 projects that had the least amount of stitch count remaining. Does that make sense? So let's just go through them. So project 0 is Golden Baby by Pain Free Crafts. Like I said, I am going to have some doubles in here. So number 2, no, that was number 1. Nope, that wasn't even number 1. That was 0. That was ending in 0. So ending in 1 will be Never Quit by Stitchery Stitch. That is off of Etsy if they're still around, but that was a couple of years ago, so who knows. Another one that could be still around, but I have no idea, is White Mandala 3, which is I'm also doing for Glamorous 3, right? So here we are, double dipping, whatever, don't care. Whoa, that's a big stretch with your tongue sticking out. Oh my goodness, Skitters. Are you going to come over and say hello to the people? You just woke up from a nap, so we're going to think about it for a second, give a big yawn. He might be on the move. Okay, sorry. 0, Golden Baby. Number 1, Never Quit. Number 2, White Mandala 3. Number 3 is Sleepy Turtle. This is a chart that a picture that I ran through Pictopat. Brightened up the colors because it was way too dark. Anyways, and cropped it because I wanted to start it right away, and clearly I didn't want to wait. So it's on this fantastic red fabric. Anyways, 4/1 because why not, right? And it's by Tammy Blevins. I'm following her on Facebook. That's how I found the picture. Okay. Number 4 is Fractal 53 by Cross Stitch Collectibles. Number 5, double dipping again, but that's okay, is Pokemon Starters by Cross and Floss. Number 6 is Minnie Watching the World Go By, which I'm super excited about because that's at almost 70% and I really want to see it finished. So there we are. Little Dove's Year, so December again. Also, the Glamorous 3. Didn't even know when I was starting to pick the Glamorous 3 projects that this would have been counted as what it's going to be, but that's okay. Number 8 is Christmas Gnomes by Box and Fox. And number 9, is Mini Snow Leopard by Artisy. So those projects are ranging from the least amount of remaining stitches to the highest amount of least remaining stitches. Sure, let's go with that. All right, and then my third and final probable game that I'm going to try and squeeze in, because this is already a lot of stitching, is This, That, or the Other Thing. You ready? I took my 3 largest projects, and I was going to do like a flip a coin situation, but I really want to see progress on Sad Fairy as well. So, because Sad Fairy is like 189,000 stitches. Holy wow. Okay, so this is going to be Steampunk Portal by Heaven and Earth Designs. It is one of the 2025 SAL pieces. Currently have 429 stitches on that, so we gotta go. Next, so then that is going to be Mini Dragon in the Morning, because I have a timeline on that. I want to see that kind of finished by 2030. I know it seems like it's so far away, but everybody, we're going to be there in a flash. Bam, we're there. So I want to see that finished by the end of January 2030. Seems like a ridiculously far off date, but Stitch Pal said that if I stitch 49 stitches a day, we'll be there. We'll be kind of most likely finishing it by that time. Who knows? The other thing that I have 2 more things actually that I'm going to be trying to do. So this and one more thing. The other thing is Sad Fairy. So that's what this is. Elena Lazareva, and she was, maybe still be, probably not, Heaven and Earth Designs. All right. One more thing that I am going to be focusing on, but it's kind of a every 8-week situation. So you may know if you've watched me before, or you may not know if you've just tuning in for the first time. My husband goes through 6-hour treatments at the hospital for 2 days, every 8 weeks. Sometimes maybe soon it might be 6 weeks, but we're hoping for 6 weeks. But right now it's 8 weeks. And so while I'm sitting there in the hospital, I need something to do, right? Because watching FlossTube is great, but sometimes the internet is sketchy. Because today was great because there was nobody there. It was December 30th, and everybody was still, like, the whole floor that he has this treatment on, that floor was closed, like they were on holidays because of the break. But normally the internet's sketchy, so like cuts in and out. So watching FlossTube is very frustrating. So and doom scrolling, you can't do that for 6 hours. I mean, you can, but no. Anyway, so I decided that I wanted to stitch on something small or something meaningful for the time that I'm there for. So today I started a new project because it was day 1 of treatment. We go back tomorrow. And so the first project I'm going to focus on is called Hidden Disability Sunflower. It looks like this. It is designed by a random stitcher. So Lorna designed it. It's currently on her Etsy shop, but she also, if you join her Facebook group, is has it posted there currently right now for free. I don't know how long she's planning on keeping it up, but currently there for free. She also has a few more other designs there for free. If you're part of her Facebook group, just answer the questions. Easy peasy. Anyway, so that's this. Just started that today, and I think I'm already, this is why I stitched like 800 stitches today. So I stitched, hey look, I have it written down here in my little handy dandy planner. I didn't have to think about what the name of the chart was. Anyway, it was called, yes, Hidden Disability Sunflower, 446 stitches. So we're zooming through that, but it's only, you know, it's just little. The next thing after that I'm going to focus on is Never Quit. Never Quit. This is by Stitchery Stitch. I don't know if I'm going to post it again because I've already shown you in something else, so just remember. And I might need to get new fabric for that because if you've watched my latest floss tubes, it's going to be cutting it very close to the edges of the fabric, and I don't know. Anyway, there was, oh yeah, and then this I haven't even thought about. It's been in my Pattern Keeper app forever. Like, I don't know when I imported it, but I can't even tell you the name of it right now because it's on my phone. Also a sunflower, also quite small, so it's easy to pick up and just sit and stitch. I don't need to take up a lot of space. And while I was cutting my fabric for the Haid Sal, I don't think it's going to fit because I think it's wider than the remnants of what I have left from that fabric. But I somehow, sometime, at some point during this year, want to stitch, what's it called? Mini Sunflower. It's this one. I can't even tell you who it's by right now. All I know is it's Heaven and Earth. Donna Gelsinger, maybe? Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, those are my immediate plans. I don't know if there will be anything else. I do want to incorporate, because I have 55 and I only just talked about 12 or 13, right? So I have still like 30 or 40 more. I have 40 more projects that are paper patterns that I don't know how to incorporate yet. I think I want to try and incorporate an either Monopoly or Ticket to Ride, where each train color gets their own project, because there's nine different colors of trains, that can be collected. And so my idea for that is each individual train is 100 stitches. So if it takes 5 purple chains to get from A to B, then it'll be 500 stitches on X project. 500 is a little, so that would be a longer term project. Like, I would have to wait. Like, I wouldn't be drawing new train paths every week, because maybe it'll be a longer term project. Like, I'm not going to be able to get through, however many stitches it's going to need, but that might be a paper pattern situation. Or I might pick one Ticket to Ride game, train ride, path, whatever, and spend that many hours on the paper pattern, because counting paper pattern charts is hard, to count the stitches, the numbers. So maybe I'll just do that in time, and then still, that will incorporate, I don't know. We'll see. But I think that might be it for me. I am now rambling because I want to try and explain how I'm going to get through all the paper patterns. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but I definitely have a plan for the full coverage. So if you are interested in anything that I talked about today, let me know in the comments below. If you plan on playing some variation of any of those things that I talked about, Whip Go, Flip a Coin, Glamorous 3, temperature stitching, let me know, and maybe we can compare and contrast notes, compare and contrast stitches, see how that goes. Try and, if you're on Instagram, you know, try and cheer, that's the word, cheer each other on. So yeah, so if you have any ideas that I can do for my paper patterns, because like I said, I have 40 of them and I kind of want to make sure I can touch everything all year long, that would be great. Also, I might make another Whip Go board for finishing items. Not finishing current whips, but fully finishing items. My last finishing video, I'm sure I have 25 of them. I have a bin. Anyways, and I have all this, all my walls are like this. They're all just blank. I have one thing hanging, and I look around this room and this wall is all full of bins. Yes, I got that part, but I definitely have, you know, all of the space in the world to hang all of my beautiful designs that I have stitched up. So maybe I will do also a Whip Go board for finishing, fully finishing items. Or I'll take one of those calls and finish one of them. Not expecting to get the whole board complete, but maybe, who knows. Also just another idea that is rolling around in my head. Anyway, so that's it for me for right now. I am going to go because now it's 9:15 and we have to get up and go at like 6:30 or something crazy. That's okay. That's okay. All right, so thank you for staying this long. Thank you for the half an hour break from life that you might have needed to take. I know that I didn't show any actual projects, but I did try and incorporate all of the pictures. So, if you would like to subscribe, that would be great. I have just finished also filming a whip parade as of last night, so if you want to go back and check that out. If you're not interested in that at all, I also recorded a regular FlossTube update. So just what I worked on during the week. That's also recently up new. Yeah, so if you're just joining me, like, subscribe, comment, all the things, that would be great. If you're not following me on Instagram yet, I'm not posting a whole lot over there right now, but enough. So if you want to follow my random regular progress, go follow me over there. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Bye everybody. Sparkle and shine.